Hello guys, I hope you all are fine. So we discussed in previous video module 9 of the part 1 section, and in this video we learn module 10 resume preparation guidelines and conversation, part 2 real time conversation, section 1 descriptions on real time conversation, section 2 flowchart of real time communication techniques, section 3 explanation of flowchart on real time process approaches, section 4 real time conversation discussion. So in this video, we will learn Module 10, Part 2, Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, and Section 4. Now, we will move to the next slide. Part 2, Real-Time Conversation, Section 1, Descriptions on Real-Time Conversation. The candidate should be fit in physically and mentally to attend the interview. The physical is called external personality, which impressed the interviewer. The first impression of the fitness of the candidate will be observed during the interview. The interviewer will look into whether the candidate also fits a healthy body. As we say that a healthy body has a healthy mind. The mental power of the skills like behavior, stress, positive mind, and expertise in skills are to be observed by the employer. So section 1 is talking about the physically and mentally fit to be prepared before attending the interview. And about the candidate fitness is important because the candidate has to work and has to deliver the work with respect to the organization. So in this case, the organization definitely he will be looking the candidate personality and physically fit. As well as physically fit, he will also impressed with the mentally fit because the logical and analytical that was to be handled by the employee during the work assignment in the organization. Once the candidate will fit in the mentally, then only he will be deliver the successful task or assignment towards the company organization success. So that's why the one quota is healthy body has a healthy mind. Once you are fit, once you are healthy, automatically your mind also will be healthy. Now we'll move to the next slide. Section 2, flowchart of real-time communication techniques. Here it shows the communication between the candidate and interview panel. So candidate is communicating to the interview panel and interview panel is communicating to the candidate. So here flowchart is showing exchanging the ideas and view between the candidate and the interview panel. Without of each other, communication cannot be established. Now we'll move to the next slide. Section 3, explanation of flowchart on real-time process approaches. So the candidate will communicate with the interview panel for interview discussion, and the interviewer will communicate with the candidate for the interview discussion. There will be two-way communication with each other to find out the eligible selected candidate. All communication will be physically at the office or via telephonic or video conference, whichever employer fit the requirement to select the candidate. So this is talking about the once the organization are independently to organize the interview, either the office level or either the telephonic or video conference. As per the organization policies and requirement, they will go for the selecting the candidate with the help of telephonic video conference or the calling the in the physical office. And always this communication will be called a two-way communications. First communications will be made by the candidate, and second communication will be made by the interview panel. Once we talk to the interview panel, means that group of the person, of the interviewer are available to ask the question to the single candidate, and this will be interview will be also called a one two-way communication or one-to-many communication. One-to-many communication means one is called a candidate, and to many communication, many in the conditions here, group of the interviewer having to discuss and analyze your views and ideas and evaluating your interview process to selecting the right candidate. Now we'll move to the next slide. Section 4 is real-time conversation discussions. So now we'll go to the real-time conversation between the interview panel and candidate, and just we'll go through that. So they are following real-time conversations of between the candidate and the interviewer. So first, interviewer panel will asking, good morning, any name. With the name he will call good morning, and candidate will tell good morning. Good morning. He can say if the group of the interviewer are there, he can say good morning all. If single persons is available, he can say good morning with his name. Next interview panel will be asking hi, and with the name, tell me about yourself, about your experience and role and responsibilities. The candidate will say hi and the name, and my name is this. My total year of experience is number of counts, and I am working as a position name you have to tell in this organization. I have expertise in technology or work in expertise details. So you have to mention the expertise or experience of the particular skills and talent. And you have to explain the my education qualification is whatever education qualification you have completed, that you have to be tell during the interview. I have done the certification, and certification details you have to tell what are the certification you have completed. I am currently staying in this place. You have to tell about the place of the living, current address, and my native place is hometown name. My native place, your to specify the what is your hometown name. The role is the current organization to lead the team and work in the development and support and guiding the junior team members. And I have done the number of the project. I have domain knowledge in e-commerce, marketing, telecom, healthcare, banking, etc. That's all about myself. So candidate will explain the overall here, the personal, uh, little bit details and more about the professional experience and the past, what role he worked as in the previous employment. The role will be like, have you worked as a software engineer, or have you worked on teacher, or have you worked on manager? So this will be explained in these questions. And responsibility, what are the responsibility you had in the employment, like leading the team or helping the junior software engineer or working with the development environment, supporting activity and troubleshootings in your field, in your area. You have to be explain the responsibility. Now we'll move to the next slide. Interview panel. Well, I'll start with the technical skills and management skills questions. Then candidate will say, sure. Interview panel will ask, describe your current project or your current work. So candidate will explain, my current project is whatever your project name. I have used technical skills like a technology name, what are the technology you have used. And this project is based on the banking domain and the team size is 10. So which domain? Domain in the sense like which environment you have worked, or your banking or marketing or your e-commerce, and whatever the team size, like a 5, 6, and or 10. This project has this module which is used to maintain the record of fixed deposit of the customers, and the customer will fill all the details of the fixed deposit, like a 10 hour amount and renewal of the fixed deposit. We have done the coding, designing, development, and support for the project, or the candidate will explain which work or experience you have done. So here, this candidate will explain about the complete flow of the project and the domain of the projects, and what are the modules, details, and what the specific work he has done, that to be explained here. Now we'll move to the next slide. Interview panel. And you will ask, okay, good. Tell me about what challenges you face in the project or work. So candidate will tell, my challenges was the in the project as was complex and was not able to fix one of the issues. Is my team lead helped and inspired me to do the fix. I was going through the documents and understand the business flow of the project and practice myself to improve the coding or work skills. So this question is telling about the what are the challenges you face in the during your past employment or your work experience. So as per your challenges, you will be explaining that I will be willingness to take a challenge and to fix the issue and resolve the issues with my best knowledge. Next is interview panel will tell, okay, what is the achievement you have done in your organization? So candidate will tell, I was got the best performer in my team for leading the project and team members. So whatever that achievement you get from the past employment or your in experience, that to be explained to the interview panel. Then next is interview panel. Where do you see in after 5 years? The candidate here will tell, I will be seeing myself in 5 years as a technical manager or architect, and I will be updating and upgrading my skills towards the growth of the organization. So this is uh, asked by the interview panel, wanted to check that what's your vision, what's your aim, what's your objective for your career and what you want to actually become in future. So the candidate will explain here about that the agenda, aim, and objective of the careers. Then the interviewer will know that yes, you are in the same platform. What we looking for that. Now we'll move to the next slide. Interview panel, what is your weakness and strength? Candidate, my weakness is working too hard and my strength is upgrading and learning myself technically, quickly, and being passionate to work with a team to resolve the issue of the project for the success of the organization. So weakness is telling about to know that any weakness or any strengths are present in the candidate. So weakness will be like I work for the hard and my strength. It's I am to myself very hard with respect to the success of the project, with respect to the success of the organization. And instance, you always will be telling that in the any emergency, any critical issue, I will be ready to fix the issue without any hesitations. Next is interview panel. Why will hire you? I am candidate. I am technically strong, which helps the success of the organization toward the project growth, support, and development. So interviewer will ask the why I will hire you and what is the specific of what kind uh, of things you have, I can make you hire in my organization. So candidate will explain here the instance of the uh, his technical skills or managing skills or leading skills. He has to be explained to the interviewer. Yes, I am very strong in this technical, I am strong in this work, which will help to the organization of the mm, or the company. Next is the interview panel. Okay, will you work overtime if required, urgently some work to complete? Candidate will tell, yes, definitely, I am passionate to work hard to complete the task if required, urgently to work overtime. So this is telling about by the interview panel to know that whether candidate are more serious about the work, whether the candidate are more serious about the any critical issue, any urgent issues delivered by the client. So that is make sure that the candidate should be passionate to work and complete the critical or emergency work on the time. Now we'll move to the next slide. Interview panel. Fine. Why do you leave the current organization? The candidate, because I worked hard in my previous organization and participated in the growth and success of the company. I wanted to make new challenges to the growth and development of the next company and wanted to set my upgraded skills towards the success of the company. So the interviewer here wants to know that the reason of leaving the previous company or previous jobs. So candidate will explain the reason and about the distance, any major problem or any career opportunity or any kind of career growth to be passed to the information to the interview panel to know that the challenges for this thing to be upgrading himself or herself in the technical and rules play skills to be improved in the next level of the organization or the company. Next is interview panel. Why do you want to work in this organization? So candidate, I was going through the understanding of the company details and I am impressed with this company has development, research, technology support, which makes me grow myself and I was able to handle my technical skills to the success of this organization. So these questions is asked by the interviewer, why, so why you like interested for this organization, then you have to explain that this organization having this features and this is quality, this is benefit which will help my career to improve, also my upgraded technical skills also to make a success to this organization. So now we'll move to the next slide. Interview panel, do you have experience in leading the team members? So candidate tell no. If you do not have or you have not handled in previous company, and you can say, if I'm getting a new role or leading opportunity, I can make it myself, upgrade the leading skills for the team playing for the requirement of the organization. Tell yes, if you have worked before leading the team, I am very well to handle the team member, and I was handling agile methodology or daily status meeting to check the team member status and was reporting to the project manager. This question is to knowing that, okay, you are expert in technical skills, technology, and particular subject or topic, but whether are you experienced in leading the team members in your organization or the past employment or your experience. So this will be very frankly to tell. If you do not have, you tell no. Yes, if so my role is coming relevant to leading the team, definitely I will be working on my upgrading myself and will try to lead the team. And if you have, yes, definitely I have. I worked before and handled the team, and I was doing the daily status meetings, and I was interacting with the team lead and project manager to uh, passing the information of the status of the members, task of the status, and delivering and reporting to the managers. Next is interview panel. Will you agree to relocate the job if required? Yes, I'm agreed to relocate myself whenever required for the success and growth of organization. This question will be asked by the interview panel to know that whether you are serious or not for your jobs. If some critical or urgency client requirement to go to or relocate to the different place, yes, you will be very flexible to move the other location with respect to success of the project of the organization. Now we move to the next slide. So now we have covered Model 10 of Part 2, Model 10, Resume Preparation, Guidelines and Conversation, Part 2, Real-Time Conversation, Section 1, Descriptions of Real-Time Conversation, Section 2, Flowchart of Real-Time Communication Techniques, Section 3, Explanation of Flowchart on Real-Time Process Approaches, Section 4, Real-Time Conversation discussion. So in this video, we have learned part 2, 10, and section 1, section 2, section 3, and section 4. Now we'll move to the next slide. So this book is interview cracking in first attempts is available on Amazon. Click on the below link to get it. This book. Thank you. This book is related to interview cracking in first attempt, and it's also extra included body language, voice tones, and resume preparations. It's directly available on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thank you once again.